welcome to another Coach's Corner here at Upon Further Review. I am the coach, Shannon Griffith. I thank you for joining me this afternoon. We're going to take a look at Northside Legends wide receiver DB and a Notre Dame commit, Brauntae Johnson, otherwise known as Tete. And we're going to talk a little bit about his abilities and what he brings to the table for the Legends, but also what maybe was sold on him by Notre Dame. And as a matter of fact, as many as 10 other Power 5 schools. The four-star recruit by 247 Sports is a dynamic player and has been a dynamic player in the Summit City for the about past three to 4 years, not only on the football field, but as well as a talented basketball player. But before we jump into that, just a couple quick reminders here. We've had the media day this past week, and it was great to see everyone, as well as, in some respects, get our juices going in anticipation for that first game, August the 18th. 1380 The Fan, 100.9 FM will have 7 hours of nonstop coverage each and every Friday night on the radio, starting with the Sports Rush from 4 to 6 with Mr. Brett Rump, and then transitioning to 6 o'clock, the pregame show. Jim Shevlin, Eric Dukevich, and myself will have all the breakdowns of all the games played on Friday night as we go through from A to Z, from each and every conference in and around the Summit City, each and every Friday night at 6 o'clock. Then follow that, the kickoff coverage at 7 o'clock. I will join Brett Rump in the radio booth to call each and every game each Friday night of this season. We're looking forward to that, and as well as myself and Eric Dukevich will be doing our podcast each and every week that recaps the game of the week, as well as previews each and every week of the season, the games on Friday nights, and also detailing the game of the week that we'll cover on Friday nights. But right now, let's look at the young man from Northside High School, Brauntae Johnson, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish commit, 4-star athlete. Couple things before we jump into some of his video. I think his best position for me is as a safety. I believe Notre Dame is recruiting him as that position because of his range and his span. Really lends himself to being that type of player. And we're going to jump over here to the quick scout and look at some of this video of Tete. You can see him here. This one is he's just going to run by, jump up for a jump ball. I believe this was against Snyder, and he does a good job of high pointing it here. He's got deceptive speed, long strider, but he's got a lot of athleticism. They move him all around in the slot, on the outside, and then this is just a nice little corner route, throw at the boundary. Does a great job of hitting his target and getting to the sideline. Now, what I like about this route is at the top of this route, rather than running himself covered, which would mean him just running himself into this safety, he does a great job here of bending his route back this way to provide separation from that corner. And that's a feel and instinct by a wide receiver to know where the corner is or the safety is. In this case, it's the safety. He doesn't run himself covered, does a great job getting his feet both in the boundary. High school, you just need one, but that would have been a good catch at the NFL level. Here we go. This time he's running kind of a get open route in some respects here. Very lucky throw here, but he does a great job of presenting himself and going up and getting the ball against the coverage there. A lot of his highlights are of him as the wide receiver, even though Notre Dame is going to recruit him as a safety. But this again shows his athleticism and his ability there. Here we get to see him a little bit now as a DB. Right in the middle of the center field. Does a good job in this situation. They're kind of playing a man free. That gives him the ability to roam. He comes up, reads the play, and makes a nice form tackle in open space. That's a great job there by Tay. Again, in a free safety mode, this time they're playing, looks like a little bit more of a loose zone. So he's a little deeper. This time they're running a counter again. This is why he is there. His angle initially here wasn't the greatest because he should be a little bit more over the top in this situation where you'd like for him to be more over this way to make the play. But he does a great job of adjusting and putting himself in a position to make a tackle there as the free safety, him being the last resort in their defense. Again, he can come up and lay the wood here, so to speak. He does a great job there on the boundary, stepping up, reading it, reacting to it, and then going and help make the tackle. Again, deep safety here. Nice play. Making the play there on the interception. He's right here in coverage. As this play progresses, does a great job staying with these men across the field, staying in relationship, makes a great play there for the INT. Back to receiver, kind of do our last one here. As we can see, get the ball in space to him. Well-designed play. This is well blocked by Northside. This is textbook bubble screen play. You got a hat on a hat, and it's going to allow him to take it and take on this guy right here in space. I'll take that matchup all day long. Makes a cut, makes another a great run there. Again, we're getting a little bit of I guess this would be drone footage. He gets away with a little push off here, but he does a good job of, I call it collision break. And this is a good way to create separation when you got a DB standing with his feet solidified into the ground. And you can kind of see him there. He's taking him on. Does a good job of getting back to the football, creating separation to make a play. But again, he creates a turnover here by stripping the ball, and they get a big turnover against, I believe this was Snyder last year. Again, he's up and tight. And he's in there to make the play again. As you can see, he's a very talented athlete on and off the field. And Tay does a great job not only as a wide receiver, but as a safety. He's still very raw in his overall technique and such. So I think he is really going to develop into a great safety for the Fighting Irish once he gets there. Coach Freeman gets his hands on him, and their strength and conditioning staff, they'll start to fill him out. But he's got a tremendous amount of talent, and I call it uncapped talent for what he brings to the table for his ability not only as a Northside legend, but the next level with Notre Dame, because he's already got God-given speed, can't teach that. He's got the height. He's about 6'2"-ish, 6'3"-ish, and he's got a great wingspan. So he's got all the tools in the toolbox, as you could say. Now it's time for him, once he gets to that next level, he'll get in the weight room, he'll develop and really become not only the gifted athlete that he is now, but he'll be tremendous. And I'm looking forward to watching his career progress. And hopefully we'll get another individual to potentially see the NFL sidelines on Sunday afternoon. But for right now, let's let him complete his senior year. Looking forward to watching Tay and Northside compete this year. They've done a good job with all their talent, and Tay is just another part of that squad's overall talent as we head into this season. Well, thank you again for joining me here again on another Coach's Corner upon further review. Stay tuned next time as we look at some more talented players in the 260 that may have gotten offers over the summer. We'll see you next time. This is Coach Griffith for the Coach's Corner here on Upon Further Review. We'll see you next time.